My name is Ellie,
Hi, I'm Zoe.
and today we'll be talking about conspiracy theories.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the first one, which is the moon is a spaceship theory. And funny fact, well, it's not even funny, but I work with someone that is obsessed with this theory, and he thinks that the moon actually is made of glass
No, it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Why is it glass?
because it rebounded when they landed on the moon,
What rebounded?
the spaceship.
No, the moon is a spaceship. Give me that. The moon is a spaceship, right? So you know, like all the lunar craters on the moon, you get them little like divots or whatever on the moon.
The holes.
Supposedly, like formed from meteors hitting the moon. But if that was the case, surely they'd be deeper, wouldn't they? Because they got flat bottoms.
No, but what he's saying, he's saying that the moon is actually a spaceship because it rebounded when they landed and it made a weird noise.
No, oh my god, I
Yeah,
know
the
about
moon is a
that. No.
spaceship.
When the Apollo 12 mission,
Yeah, that's
they
the
deliberately
one.
crashed on the moon and it rang out like a bell for an hour.
Yeah, and that means it's hollow inside. So it's either a reconstruction that's fake, apparently, or it is a spaceship. So basically, the moon is...
Yeah, I don't know.
The moon is a load of poo. It's not real, everyone. It is fake.
Yeah, but you know it has a magnetic field around it,
Didn't
and the
know
rocks
that.
on it are from like different places. So like they're not found on Earth. So clearly that means the rocks have like been stuck on there with some like magnetic field, and they're from like somewhere really far away, used as a disguise over the ship.
Well, I got told as well that apparently there's loads of glass on the moon and like wrecked just ruins. No, apparently there's ruins on the moon and it means that we lived there once.
The moon isn't big enough for people to actually
Yeah, but
know.
there's ruins on it and
True.
apparently that is what people had on the moon. Like humans used to live there.
There's
and
no
then
oxygen
we've gone
on there
back.
though.
We've gone back a few years.
Surely it would be like we lived on Mars.
Yeah, but answer this question, yeah? So why have, you know, the history books, why can we only go so far?
because people didn't record history at that point. They probably didn't feel the need to.
Yeah, but why? Why do we only know a certain amount of our history? It's because we used to live on the moon and the aliens
No,
came.
it's because caveman, they don't know how to write and read, do
Yeah,
they?
but where's proof that there was cavemen?
On the walls.
Right, next. I think the spaceship, to be honest, is... I mean, the moon... I keep getting in a pickle. The moon is
Pickle.
a reconstruction.
Could be like if you're in a virtual reality, it's just
My saliva's like proper swishing around my mouth.
this theory I have right here. Oh my god! But I'll leave that till last.
Hit me
the
with it.
Mandela effect. You know
What's
about
that?
This one. Don't
Explain
you?
it for me.
It basically is a collective misremembering, of like common events or details. So there was like bare people, right, that thought Nelson Mandela was dead. They thought he died in prison in the 1980s. But actually he was freed in 1990 and he passed away in 2013. And everybody remembers that he died in prison.
He didn't die in prison because he came out.
Yeah, but some people remember it as he died in prison. And then, you know, in Snow White, the Queen says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." She actually says, "Magic mirror on the wall."
But what's that supposed to do with anything?
It's the Mandela effect. Like, a bunch of people remember it being mirror, mirror on the wall. But
Yeah.
it's actually magic mirror on the wall. And there's, like, this book, right, called The Bernstein Bears. Did you ever have that book?
No.
Well, basically, it's like a little, like, book for kids to read.
Did you Google this?
No, this is just stuff I found out.
Oh,
I
okay.
Googled some I already knew. And then they have this book called The Bernstein Bears. And then it's actually called The Bernstein Bears.
So
But everyone remembers it as The Bernstein Bears.
basically, people just re-put their twist on it.
No, just
For
a
what-
bunch of people remember it as something else. and
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
that's just normal. That's not conspiracy
No,
theory.
Yes, it is. Cause
That's just normal.
No, this woman basically, I think her name's Dr. Broom or something, she claims that differences arise from movement between parallel realities, the multiverse. It's based on a theory that within each universe, alternative versions of objects and events exist.
I
So they're
believe in that
clashing.
parallel
Or, she said, it could be like a virtual reality system which is created from recreational experiences, and memory errors are software glitches.
So basically, when you have deja vu, that is when...
Like a software glitch, maybe. Like you're actually in a virtual reality.
So I'm myself or in a dream or whatever, and you're just... you're just part of my dream.
Yeah,
kind
don't
of
you find
thing.
it weird, right?
A
How
video game.
you don't remember clear memories from when you were a child. That could just be implanted in your head.
Do you know what? That actually irritates me, because sometimes I think, oh, when
it
I
a
was
dream?
younger, da-da-da happened, and then I think it happened so long ago, like, am I making it up, or is it real?
Yeah, it could just be implanted in you.
It might just be a load of crap.
Oh, there was this one time, right, where I thought I was waking up from the virtual reality. Like, I felt myself shifting through.
How old are you?
I was this age.
Oh. Do you know what? I always think that there is, like, for example, right, so we've walked into this room. In another universe, we walked into another room. Like, there's so many, all the possibilities that are possible happen
like
somewhere
Murphy's Theory,
else.
though.
That is true.
Anything that can happen will happen.
Yeah, and it's in another universe. So, in another parallel universe right now, we've
Maybe
been murdered.
you could be switching through them. Maybe our consciousness is switching through each. Oh my god.
Yeah, but only one thing happens at a time.
No, like, it's all happening at once, because time isn't real. Like, time is, I can't remember what they call it.
Time doesn't exist.
No, it like exists, because without time nothing would exist.
Would it not?
No, because let's say, right, there's a car going along this screen. If you speed it up an infinite amount of times, the car disappears because it's going so fast.
Yes, because it's moving.
Yeah. So without time,
nothing would happen.
Yeah, exactly. Right, you want to hear my flat earth theory, because I'm a flat earther
Yeah,
now.
go.
Right, okay.
Go.
So you know all the information we get about the Earth, Moon and space, right? It all comes from NASA. You can't get it from somewhere else. It all comes from NASA.
NASA.
And every picture you get, right, is given to you by NASA. But NASA is also linked with the moon landing being, like, fake. So...
But how are we meant to trust NASA?
Exactly.
Because
So,
it's like the Area 51. How do we know what's in it? Like, why can't they just reveal everything? Because apparently we'll be too scared. But truthfully, they need to be honest.
to be fair, I'd probably, like, crap myself. Anyway... And in the moon landing, if you look at, like, the pictures and stuff, there's no stars in the night sky. There's, like, small footage of it. And the American flag is waving. And in the spaceman's visor, there's, like, a mysterious object that looks like a camera.
Yeah, and also there's no atmosphere in space, and
So why would the flag wave?
it wouldn't wave.
And then all the pictures, right, NASA takes of Earth are composite images.
What does that mean?
Which means they haven't been taken from a camera really far away, because they can't get it all in because the Earth's so big. So what they do is they take, like, pano, like, think of your iPhone,
yeah.
pano. So they go around the Earth, like, a bunch of times, but there's, like, breakages in the image, like, it doesn't get the perfect roundness, so they have to, like, piece it together. But if you zoom in, there's, like, cloud formations that repeat, like, several times. So why would
I
they do
just
several
personally
times?
don't believe in space.
Yeah, I know.
I know
me
it's
as
stupid, but I just think, like, it's just not real. Like, how many people have been up there? A handful of people, about under 100, easy.
well. Yeah, it could be fake.
So you're relying on these 100 people to say, yeah, there's an astronaut, like, there's, like, everything up there, when there's not.
I know. And then you have to think about, like, religion. And in the Bible, it talks about the sea, the earth, and the firmament, which is a dome. Like, the firmament is a dome over something. And then it talks about how the earth expands to its four corners. So that means it's like a flat shape. It's not.
No, I don't think it's flat.
No, this is just a theory. I'm not saying I believe it, but I'm open to the idea.
Yeah.
And they were saying that apparently Antarctica is like the ice wall around all the continents.
What's that mean?
Like, so all the continents, like Africa,
Asia and that, yeah.
they're all here, and then Antarctica surrounds it.
Wait, I swear Africa is a country.
Yeah. But there was, like, this treaty signed in the late 50s, and all the major countries signed it, saying that they wouldn't let anyone go into Antarctica. Like, you can have small explorations, but nothing without like monitorising. And planes
Really?
don't fly exactly over it.
So how do you get to Antarctica then?
Like, you can go there, but you can't.
It's
like,
where the
go-
whole thing is ice.
Yeah, like if you go there and you're trying to like walk through it, someone will stop you. Like, you'll get stopped, or you'll just die from like coldness. But yeah. Anyway, and then planes don't fly exactly over it. All flight.
So you have to
patterns
sail
take
to
you-
get there.
No, like they don't fly directly over it. They fly near it, but they don't fly directly over it.
Yeah, but you can visit Antarctica, don't you? Because how does David Attenborough do his things on
Yeah,
there?
that's what I said. You can visit it and you can do explorations, but if you're gonna do more
So you
than
can't
that,
fly over it?
Yeah, you need
Like
more
Bermuda
monitors.
Triangle.
Yeah, and there was like this aeroplane, right, that was flying from the Philippines to LA, and it should be like a straight route, just there and back.
Yeah.
And mid-flight, some woman's water broke, so they had to make an emergency landing. They could either turn back or continue going, but somehow they ended up in Alaska. And if
How
you-
did that happen?
Yeah, if you look at Alaska on a flat map, if you look at Alaska on a flat Earth's map, it's a straight line from the Philippines to
I
Alaska.
feel like I want to whip a map out.
Yeah, but if you look at it on a globe, it makes like a trajectory, like a curved line. So it's like that.
But if they're going to LA, how the hell did they end up in Alaska if it's an emergency?
Yeah, I know. It's really.
So that's what you're saying is basically the Earth is flat.
Could be. And this is another weird thing. Like, the world we live in is all based on material things. It controls the country, so like money, sex, and objects.
Yeah.
It's all about egos and how people feel about themselves.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, marketing's based off of fears and compulsion to make you be driven to want to do things. And then your whole life you literally see like advertising, billboards, and it keeps you very occupied on like the surface level of life because it makes it easier to control you.
Yeah, I agree. It's
then-
like that book 1984.
I haven't read that.
Yeah, basically like Big Brother just
Oh wait, no, I've heard that.
it's just the pros and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then it, like gangster rap came out 20 years ago. It basically made the prison system start filling up, and then nowadays, people rap about Xanax and opioids. So like kids, there do like Xans and opioids, and it like dumbs them down and makes them robotic. And then like drugs like weed, like if you grow weed in the ground,
Yeah, but it's
you go
natural.
to prison.
But I think it's natural, like
But they don't allow you to do psychedelic drugs. They like make you feel like they're really bad. But things like alcohol and prescription drugs are legal when they're the ones that are actually
They're
like,
bad as
killing
well.
people. And like weed and like mushrooms probably are illegal because they expand your mind and they like
show you the
put
real
you-
world.
Yeah, they put you into what life is all about.
Yeah,
And you know that drug DMT?
heard of it.
Yeah, basically 90% of people that smoke the drug report when they smoke it, they hear in their head, "We're so happy you found this technology."
What?
Yeah, they hear.
Oh, that's giving me shivers. What?
They hear, "We're so happy you found this technology."
But who's we?
I don't know. That's just
Oh my god! What the hell? It makes me want to do it now.
they basically want to get you into something where they can control you.
So I think that everything around us is just a distraction, like the way of life. You go to school, you get married, you have kids, you get a job, you go to the cinema. It's just a
Yeah, I know, it's a
distraction from what is actually real, and the government just hide a lot
But then you
from
think,
you.
how can you break out the system?
I know, we've spoke about this so many times. How do you break out of the system? And some people overhear the conversation and they think, these girls are just crazy. Like, what are they on about? Wait, what are you doing?
Trying to turn it up a bit.
Like,
Turn
turn it up. Like, what are they doing? Like, they're just bonkers. But
Oh,
we're
yeah.
not.
That's what they do. Like, let's say if
That is
you're-
what drugs are.
Let's
because
say
they show
you
the
have like a
truth.
government, right? And people talk about this kind of stuff. You don't need like agents to go out into the field and like terminate these people because the people around them push them back into line because they call them crazy and stuff. That's why flat earth people like there's literally like if you looked up flat earth theory a couple months ago, it would give you like substantial evidence for you to believe it. But now if you look it up, all you see is this person's crazy, why you're an idiot to think this. And the government have literally created a whole website dedicated to it. Like, why would you create a whole website dedicated to try and debunk the idea if you're crazy if you think it? Like,
yeah, but the thing is, like, if you do stand up for what you want to say, you'll immediately get shut down, because it's happened before. Like, I remember the guy at work telling me that this guy, I can't remember the details, but this guy became a president, and he was like, tell me everything in the files, and he was like, are you sure, like, you can't tell anyone? And it was such a long meeting or something like that, and then he was like so scared, he was terrified, but he couldn't tell anyone. It's like the truth of like aliens and all that.
yeah, but the flat earth theory makes sense if you believe in the simulation theory. Do you know Elon Musk? He sent that car into space.
Did he?
Yeah, he sent a car into space, and because he believed in the flat earth theory, so he sent a car into space, but he also believes in the simulation theory. He sent a car into space, basically, and it, like, videoed that, and it showed the earth was round, but then in the video, right, there's a glitch, and it looks like the car's in a studio, like a video studio.
I want to see this, though.
Watch it now.
This is what irritates me. Like, if you get a video like the moon landing, you can't actually find the real thing.
The moon landing, because they deleted it.
Why
apparently
did they
they
delete
lost the footage. I forgot to say it
You
earlier.
can't lose footage.
They lost the original moon landing
Lies.
footage, and also
Wait, what should I type in?
Elon Musk sent a car into space glitch. Yeah, they lost the footage, and then they lost the technology that they used to go up into space with. They destroyed it. How, like, dodgy
So you're telling
is
me they
that?
can send a rocket up to space,
Yeah,
but they can't.
they've destroyed
keep the
destroyed
footage.
the evidence of that, and they've just deleted footage. Why would you delete that footage though? Like, it's like amazing.
The police can go into all the texts you've sent from years ago, but they can't recover it.
Yeah, I know.
So
Literally,
obviously
they
they're
have
hiding
stuff
something.
saved from like over like 100 years ago. Oh, they still have like this, like stuff like this, but you lose footage of a moon landing. Like, so stupid. And also,
It hasn't come up.
oh god,
We need to wrap this up because I ain't got long now.
Zoe, you can't be saying that in this.
Sorry, I need to go, everyone.
It's meant to be a one-take thing.
Yeah, but you need to cut it out.
But it'll be jumpy. Let me finish, and then we can finish this whole thing.
I don't care if I'm a few minutes late.
So, about the simulation theory, and it cuts out, but maybe Elon Musk, like, he did that to make you think maybe this is all a simulation. Maybe he never shot that car into space, and he's trying to give us an idea that all of this is fake, and the space stuff is just a distraction.
I don't know what I think about that. I like the simplistic stuff. Like, why are we even here?
Yeah, but
Do
if
you know
you
what
believe
I
in flat
mean?
earth theory, you're put here for a reason. But if it's like I don't know, like the normal one, the Big Bang theory, like, you're just here for like no reason. You're just a cause of
Yeah,
a
no.
reaction. Like, it makes you feel worthless. Whereas if it's flat earth, you feel like, oh, you have some purpose. Maybe you should do something.
But what if it's flat Earth? So what? Then it's just flat.
Yeah, no, I don't really
Do you
care.
know
to
what I
be
mean?
honest.
Who cares if it's flat or round?
And the system life is built around, they constantly make you want more. So that's why flat earth is called crazy, because it's a useful way to discredit people.
I'm interested about this DT, whatever. DMT. That they.
Don't go doing it.
No, I'm not. Don't worry. But 90% of people had the same voice. Sorry, but everyone's brains are different and
Everyone's
unique.
brains are connected. Oh my
and you're
god.
telling me that one drug has said the same thing to the majority of
Have
people.
you heard that thing, right? In Australia, they showed these people this photo, and it was like a bunch of hidden faces, and none of them could find where the faces were. Like, no one knew where the faces were in Australia. And then they pointed
Was it a
them
picture?
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
They pointed them out to people in Australia, and then they showed people in the UK, and people in the UK pointed where all the faces were. So, like, everyone's brains are connected.
How? I don't get
know.
that.
That's just what I heard once.
What's you're saying? Australian people have different brains to us?
No, Zoe. But people's brains are just connected, so no one knew where any of the faces were, but the people that created that picture, they hid them so well. And then when they pointed them out to people in Australia, they were like, oh, that's where it is. And then they showed the photo to people in the UK, and the people in the UK were like, oh, here's all the faces.
Yeah, but that's just eyes. That's just eyesight,
No,
isn't it?
they showed it to both countries. They showed it to England, then they showed it to Australia, and then they told Australia where it was, and then they went back to England and said, where are the faces? And then they pointed them out.
So you're saying no one in Australia picked up any faces?
No, I'm just saying, like, brains are connected. And that's the moral of my podcast. Yay. Anyway, I'll be signing off.
Signing off. Thank you very much for listening.
Bye.
Toodle pip.
Ew.